my name's Chris DeSerio. I started working out in the community about 20 years ago after having had a lot of experiences in my teens and in my youth in terms of connection with spirit and with just having happenings which I couldn't quite explain. And by reading, by falling in with a few good people, I learned that these were not just abstract experiences, just a catalog as some kind of memory, but rather connecting with spirit and actually tapping into my psychic senses, so that I really took hold in wanting to develop this more. And I started again working about 20 odd years ago in my early 20s in doing mental mediumship to start, so doing sittings and doing psychic readings as well. And I did do a bit of tarot because I taught tarot to myself at age 13 traditionally, and also taught myself the runes to a certain extent through a self-teaching course done by Freya Aswin, so I'll plug her. And since then, I've just really developed my own craft in terms of studying with people and more particularly teaching, so that each experience in teaching and tutoring, and some people are saying to me, well, isn't that much the same thing? It's like, not really, because teaching is really about laying foundational principles, whatever does exist without exception, and then going over all the exceptions to those rules. And then tutoring is more about really, I would say, developing that person's individual gifts and connection, either psychically as well as with spirit, and in whatever avenues they're choosing, whether it's healing, mediumship, psychic development, or otherwise. So that's really about me. So we propel me into now, and I've spent many years running a circle for physical mediumship and trance mediumship. So essentially, how do I better blend with spirit for all purposes, whether it's to have spirit work closer with me in doing message work, having spirit actually speak through me directly, so deeper than channeling. Channeling is mostly us and a little bit of spirit, whereas trance is very much spirit and very little, and preferably not us. And then physical mediumship, as people know, which is having to do with basically using the 5 regular physical senses and being able to see spirit manifest. So that could be anything from table tipping, tilting, to dreaded Ouija board, to things which you might experience in a seance condition, which a lot of times is a darkened or red light condition, where you may feel slight touches, temperature changes, may see lights, you may see the materialization of objects, or even what seems like figures or parts of people, meaning like hands suddenly, things of that nature. Nothing spooky or scary or what people would label necessarily the paranormal, where you see it on all the ghost shows and everybody's screaming, but rather things that are welcomed in and are of a higher source. So, and again, as with all this work, the lead medium is inviting in the crowd. And so that's very important in all of this work. So I share as I learn, and again, I learn from experimentation. I'm always doing different things, even having run a circle for, again, this one circle particularly, probably for about 12 years. And I still find myself finding new things, sometimes with the influence of spirit there, certainly, and how to continue to craft people's skills. So there is a bleeding out effect, so that even when you're focusing in on trance in my circle, physical mediumship, people are finding gains in mental mediumship or their healing practices, or just in their general life, so that they find that they're having the ability, more so, really they're recognizing, experiencing the ability to manifest greater things. And they are also, again, finding if you're doing it, whether for just fun or whether you're doing it with the public, that their healing sessions, their psychic sessions, their mediumship sessions, whatever it might be, as some people do blends, are all coming together in a way that they would have never thought and they may have never studied, because really they're allowing, through the course of things, their soul's expression to become more and more. And that's boundless. And so that's a little bit about me. And as you can see, I tie everything together, but I'm a bit tangential.